Hi guys, this is Heidi, Stitching Faye, back again with another Flosstube episode number 6. Welcome all the repeat viewers and welcome all the new viewers. I hope you guys gonna like what you see and you will subscribe. This is a channel about cross stitchings. I do other crafts. I do crochet and diamond painting, but mainly so far I have only shown cross stitching, and mostly I will show cross stitching to this channel. So it's a crafting, all about crafting. I wanted to start today with saying proper thank you to 3 Flosstubers that shouted me out last time after my Flosstube number 5, Nora Corbett, and they did a very kind recommendation to my channel. A lot of people came over from their channels, and I did want to say thank you. Virginia Stitcher Vicky, hi Vicky. I was surprised when I heard you recommending my channel. I watched the moment is on, and I'm like, oh my god, she's talking about me. That was really complimentary, and wow, I'm honored. Thank you, Vicky. I'm flabbergasted that you even watch it. I love your channel. I love everything you do. You basically Vicky stitches everything that I like to stitch. I have stitched or I want to stitch. A lot of lavender laces, Hakwan hollows, carriage house samplings, fancy ladies. So the Virginia Stitcher, Vicky, thank you. Sarah Stitches Spot, Sarah, hi, thank you. Hi Sarah, thank you so much for recommending my channel. I love watching yours. I love the intro that you guys do it with your husband, the music, I love it. Funny enough, I think we started the same time as the channel, I think July. Her channel is Sarah Stitching a Spot, and funny enough, she also has the Sleeping Beauty memorabilia behind her. I'm like, she's my kind of stitcher. So she recommended me, and thank you, Sarah. I'm humbled and honored that you like my channel and you recommended your viewers. Another Flosstuber that shouted me out is James the PH Stitcher, P capital H Stitcher, James. Hi James, thank you so much for recommending me. I am honored. I love your channel as well. I watch it. I love all the Bella Filipinas you do. Oh wow. If you guys want to see fancy lady parades of beautiful Bella Filipinas and Mirabilias, James PH Stitchers is the best channel you can find it. And thank you all for including me to the community and recommending me. I am honored. Now I wanted to do this time just an update and show my VIPs, and we'll go from there. So I'm always awkward at the beginning. I wanted to start with the fully finished that I showed last time I finished it, and let me see if I have the pattern. See, I thought I was prepared, but I guess I'm not. Okay, it's here. This is called Victorian Violets, Just None. I think at the beginning, first VIP parade, I showed it as finished, not fully finished. Now I have it finished as a pillow. What I did, well, I couldn't find the backing, so what I did, I used them, the way I put my stitching was right in the middle. At the top I had extra fabric, and the bottom I had extra fabric, but it was not enough. So I cut top and bottom fabrics and I sewed them together with the sewing machine. Then I added a little bit of a motifs from the chart, and I finished it as a pillow. I just stuffed it with the poly, so now it's fully finished. Since I started this Flosstube, I think this is my first fully finished one. So this is called Victorian Violets, and I tried to go with the heart, but I don't know, it looks a little bit different than what I imagined it. But and I put this kind of stitchings. So basically I start what is called running stitches. All the pieces you do stitches, then you stitch them together, and it gives you this clean clean ending. That's why I like to do it the same color so I can finish it this way. So this is called Victorian Violets. Another fully finished that I showed as a VIP, one of my VIP parades. Let me see. Hands-on design Java. So this one I had only stitched beginning some of the coffee cups. So now it's all finished. Isn't this, look at this cup and the button. I had the buttons, everything, and I don't know why I wasn't finishing it. It's so cute. All the cups are different. I stitched this on 16 count Brandy Vine Ida. So all the cups are different. I missed one line over here, but it's just a little bit shorter. Other than that, it's perfect. It's not perfectly, I didn't cut it pretty good even, but that's okay. This is the top. At the bottom I put a cardboard and I just added one more motif of the flowers. So I love this one, Java. So I have 2 finishes so far, fully finishes, which is rare. In this channel it's gonna be rare to see fully finishes. I wanted to show one of the older one Piscornius. I did it, really old one. I just use it as a pin keeper, a keep and stuff. I do want to finish more Piscornius and pillows. Those are great way to finish it without hanging everything. So I also finished this one. Well, I showed you guys this by the Bay Needle Art. I am a needlesmith. It was finished, and while I was showing, I realized that I did not finish this part. I had to put ecru on the flowers, red flowers. So I added all of the flowers and finished this. So I'm showing it again as a finish. This is by the Bay Needle Arts. I am a needlesmith. I got it from her Etsy shop, but you can, I think you can get even on 1 to 3 stitch from her Etsy shop and stuff. It's available pattern. It's been out for a while. My biggest finish, not fully finished, but finish is, excuse me. I don't want to shake the table too much. Lady and the Unicorn. And this one is Sense of Taste. So those are panels that are in museum, needlework panels. And this is one of the panels. This is called Sense of Taste. I wanted to show you guys where I got the idea of stitching this collection. I had a book. I love artwork. I like going museums and stuff. I had the book. I'm not even gonna try to say it in French. Lady and the Unicorn. And this book has the senses, smell, taste, touch. So this is the site. And those are in a museum in France. Let me see if I can give you guys some info. There are panels are in museum in 17. Let me see when. This is 1500. Let me just read it. The Lady and Unicorn is the modern title given to a series of 6 tapestries woven in Flanders from wool and silk from designs drawn in Paris around 1500. The set on display in the Musée National du Moyen Age in Paris is often considered one of the greatest work of art in the Middle Ages in Europe. 5 of the tapestries are commonly interpreted as depicting the 5 senses: taste, hearing, sight, smell, and touch. The 6 displayed the words "Amour sur désir," The tapestry's meaning is obscure but has been interpreted as representing love or understanding. Each of the 6 tapestries depict a noble lady with a unicorn on her left and a lion on her right. Some include a monkey in a scene. So this is from the 1500s museum piece. So that's why I was drawn. It's very, I don't see, actually I never seen anybody stitch it, but I like the whole idea of museum pieces. This is sense of hearing. This is sense of taste. This is the lion. This is mine also is the taste, but the unicorn part, this is the part I have. Can you guys see it? So the fabric is a little bit darker than what they suggested. Sense of smell. And sense of touch. I love also the movie Fifth Element. I know it has nothing to do with this, but the whole also like the monkeys that see hear nothing, you know, they kind of fascinate me. And this is the obscure one. Is I think this is the love. This one doesn't have they did not pattern it, but the other ones they have it. I have 3 of them, so I wanted to make a set. This is the sense of taste, I think. No, this is the taste, sorry. This is sense of touch. Let me see which one I have it. I have not stitched it. I'm so not prepared. Sense of hearing. The second chart I have is sense of hearing, so it's the same fabric. So what I'm gonna do, stitch them together and make a panel out of it. Hearing, taste, and the last one of this set is the, let me see, I think it's the first one. Sight. This is a sense of sight. This one is Dear Governor. It's not the same as this fabric color and everything, but I like the design and I could only find it this one in Amazon. But because of the set, it has all of it. But the fabric is 27 count linen and 1/2. This is a curtain. This fabric I'm gonna put aside, use one of my mirrors. What I'm gonna do, order a darker fabric for her to match the other senses, because I am planning to stitch them together. So for this one, oops, upside down, I have to find another fabric. So either I'm gonna go, because it's the other ones are stitched on 18 count Aida. This is stitched on 18 count Aida 1/1, so it's very delicate. So what I need to do is either find 36 count linen with this color. Fox and Robbins I think has a brandy color fabric that is very close to it, or I just have to go 18 count and do it, because I really want them to be a set. I don't want them to separate it. So those are my fully finishes. I have a lot of VIPs. It's not a VIP parade, but you're gonna feel like it is. I just worked on a lot of things little by little, so I just want to show you guys from my other big, sorry, finish I did. It's not a finish, but it's a one block finish, or if you want to call it, from Camelot. Teresa Winsler. Love her designs, love it. So this one I do not iron it because I do stitch on easy count. I finished the Gouvenier. Entirely it's finished. I love her so much. She's so pretty. Oddly enough, her face was easier to stitch than her clothing. Her clothing were all blended colors. Her face was charted. I did not chart, and it's totally finished. This part is 1/1. Her face is 1/1, and this one. So what I'm gonna do is slowly, because this part, this jousting part, is all 1/1. I'm gonna take one or two strings, do a little bit, then do a little bit the board, and so I don't get tired. It is a lot of stitching, but isn't she beautiful? The chart suggested to do Arthur first because for the background and stuff, they give the direction on Arthur, but I thought ladies should go first, so she went first. She is gorgeous, and this is the one. It's almost like a full coverage, so I do use this kind of container for her. I mean for Camelot. Those are all the DMCs. Those are pearl cotton that needs it, and this is blend. Those are all the blends. I separate them and I bobbinate the blends, so when I stitch I don't have to find the colors and blend it. So I have 1 or 2 rows of blends already ready for to be picked up and do it. This way I don't get frustrated too, because for each X I need 1 blend, so it takes a while if I don't do it ahead of time. Another one, I don't want to say finished, but the quilting by Told in a Garden. I finished this part. I'm gonna do a whatchamacallit. It's a, God, the moment I turn on the camera I forget my English. Drum, no, see, drum, not this, but I had to hold this to remember. I'm gonna make into a drum. So I decided not to do this top part. For the drum, I'm just gonna take this tiny part, stitch it at the top and make a drum. So this is finished, all of it. And there's a sal going on, Told in a Garden sal. I will link it. Made by Michelle McGraw is came up with the sal, so I am participating in that one. The quilting, so hopefully I'll have a finish next time. The moment I said I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, the quilting, it's semi-finish. I don't know, is it finished or not? Another one I worked on since I saw you guys is Pineberry Lane, partial epic. This is Pineberry Lane. I started on the 13th of this month, and I worked on Picture This Plus Valor casual linen, and it is 28 count Valor casual linen. So cute. Oops, I hope I'm not moving the camera. So this one is, yeah, very easy, fast stitch. Probably I'll make it into pillow. That's what my plan is so far. So far everything I'm saying pillow and stuff. Well, this one is not a pillow. It's from the, let me see, Farmhouse Christmas Grandma's Quilt, Little House Needleworks. I'm doing tiny stitches on this one. I finished the entirety of this. So the entire thing is gonna be this tiny square. I'm doing 25 count even weave and 1/1 called 4 colors. And so far I finished 2 blocks, and I'm trying to make all the borders. So this is semi-finish. Well, I can't call a finish because I finished 1 block. Little House Needleworks. They have a series for the autumn. I think, yeah, and the early Americans. I'm stitching the Early Americans. I have not yet started the autumn, but I do have them. Okay, this is another one. I finished all the cross stitchings, but I need to do lace work. Let me show you guys. English Rose is the name of this pattern. English Rose. So finished all the stitchings, and over here it's done all the beading. What I need to do is for her, I purchased it, but I think the seller said it's enough. I don't feel it's enough for the silks. I don't want to make too much noise because it's on the crinkly thing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the roses here and here to see if the silk is enough. Then I'll do these sides because they needed like three roses and three, three. So it's three. So I'm gonna do top and bottom and see if my silks are enough. Silk ribbons. So it's a silk ribbon work. And this is English Rose. This is the only mirror I worked on this time around. I did work on my samplers. I'm gonna try to concentrate next month or so on my samplers, big sampler September. So I did work quite a bit on my samplers. This is a Blackbird design, Hummings of the Bees. Blackbird design. I do believe this is a new pattern, came out 2021 or 2022. Really new one. A Humming of the Bees. And so far I worked on the house. I do work with the DMCs. I finished the bricks and I started the roof. And I'm slowly working on it. This is worked on 40 count extrude design, cafe star, light hazelnut extrude design 40 count. So, and the colors I'm using, which is a tangle, is DMC. The hand-dyed flosses were good too, but I started during my vacation and I had DMCs already with me, so I started with DMC. But I think the designers, all the designers, they do a pretty good job of substituting the hand-dyed silks and colors with the DMCs. So I don't have problem substituting them because I don't see a lot of difference. Some people do, but I just don't. I do not mind. I also worked on Blackbird design, Raven Bewitched. I worked on this column. I finished it and I started this one. Last time I showed you guys, I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I worked on the fifth one, 6, 7. So, and this is worked on 36 count raw natural linen with DMCs again. Ravens Bewitched. I love the colors, except I think over here I switched the colors around. It's the same colors, but the stars, they look like all the greens were behind, so I kind of switched around the stars how they were charted. But the colors are, they're called 4 colors, all of them. This one I am hoping to have a finish, but if it's not, I'm okay. This is I'm gonna keep it for Halloween, this one, Halloween stitching. For the month of September, this is the only month I have plans because of the 9/11. It's my mom's birthday, so I have a memorial piece for her. I usually, September is the only one and that I plan a lot of stuff. I don't want to come. I want to do a stitch them on that, and samplers are one of them. Another pattern I worked on is the Garden Glade Carriage House samplings. I love those leaves. I picked up this pattern for those leaves. I just, the way Kathy Berrick designs it, it just, I'm a big fan of her work. Oh, let me see. Magnet down by me. Do you guys see how pretty the leaf looks? I really wanted to see the rose and the leaf, how they look like, because the picture showed blue-green. So this is recommended color. I wasn't sure if it's gonna show up, so I really wanted to stitch the leaf to get to that leaf to see if it's gonna show up the way it was charted. On real life, that leaf looks like this. 562 DMC and 319 are the greens. I thought it was more 500s, but then when I saw the quote for it was 562, I wasn't sure, so that's why I tried to go to the leaf to see if it's gonna be the same, but I think it is. Really like the leaf. So this is Carriage House samplings, Kathy Berrick, and it's called the Garden Glade. Most of the stuff I worked on is samplers for this month. Another one I started it and worked on. I started a lot of things, so I don't even want to say I started it or not. Okay, it's a Brenda K, the, what is it called? Red House Sampler. This is very pretty sampler. Decided to work on white. Usually don't like to work on white because they get dirty fast. Once I color the red, it looks very cute. This is stitched on 40 count white Zweigart Verdal even weave. Love this one. It's so sweet, and this is such a like therapeutic easy stitch. When your eyes are tired or stuff, well, my eyes are tired or stuff, I usually pick this up and I can put few stitches and feel like I done something. Another one I started it or put some stitches on was this one, Blackbird Design What Remains is Love. It used to be exclusive, but they they released it, and I'm so happy they decided to release it, because I didn't know it was exclusive until someone on Flosstube showed it. By the time I went to that site, they were like, we are out, and I'm like, so What Remains is Love. It's a small start, but I'm so happy. I wanted to start with the cutest part, which is the flower. The needle minder, I just had some rugs, so I put on some magnets and made a needle minders. So yeah, this is the part. Surprisingly, I'm using cold for fabric, which is not what I do. I didn't even know this was it. I just had it in my stash and I'm like, oh, it's 40 count, it's gonna look good. Then I checked the recommended fabric and it says, let me see, 35 count straw, and mine is 40 count straw. So I'm by no intention I end up using the recommended fabric, which is awesome, which I don't do a lot. And yeah, this one I'm gonna stitch slowly, but it's a small, it's pretty small, so I think it will finish it fast enough. Another one I worked on, I might have started it again, Blackbird Design Strawberry Fields Forever. I have used not the call for flosses, but I use my own hand-dyed flosses that I have, because this part, it's, even though it looks blue, it looks blue, when I pull the colors it looked gray, and I wanted the blue color because that's what I liked it. So I decided to get my own colors and make it into blue. Quite a bit done with this one, so need to put this apart and to go up. I did do a middle start. I did one sampler, and I thought I counted it right, and it's hand across the sea sampler, and I end up at the top having very small amount of fabric, at the bottom very big amount. So that kind of scared me. So now I'm doing all middle starts until I go brave again, and I start from the lower right corner. Lower right corner for me, it will be lower left corner when I show it on the camera. But yeah, that kind of scared me because that was a big project, and I kind of messed it up. No, I didn't mess it up. I'm gonna stitch it, but I wish I counted right. And I worked on Angel of the Morning. This is a 9/11 piece, and because I have a whole bunch of stuff planned for September, and I do want to put some stitches. Oops, I hope I didn't show it. I don't know why I did it. Angel of Morning. I worked on other colors besides her skirt. Basically, last time on WIP I showed I had this hand and this leg part. So all of this, including her hand and the neckline, I want to get to her face and stitch it, and I think this is good enough, and I'll count it. I did it for September, so I can work on other ones. She has a lot of blended, and this is lavender and lace, if I did not say it, and this is with the cold for, excuse me, I used cold for fabric and cold for floss. 32 count blue spruce Belfast linen. Yeah, 32 count blue spruce. And this one I started on the first of the January 1st, 2022. Yeah. So this one was planned WIP, so I wanted to put some stitches before I put away. I'm gonna pick her up later on, probably springtime, but for Halloween I have a lot of things planned, and Christmas, and for the September I wanna do only samplers. I started it. I started another one, Hands Across the Street, Hands Across the Sea samplers. Where did the street came from? This is called Anne Thomas 1854. I love this bird. Of course, I wanted to start it with the funnest part I can. That's how it is, so I can get motivated. That's why the fancy ladies, I like to start with the faces. And I did. I love this. And let me see. I did not bring the paper. This is 37 count, 36 or 37 count hand-dyed fabric. I did posted this information of the fabric on my Instagram. If you really like the color, you can look up over there. Or if you ask me, I can go look up on my Instagram and put it up. So this is Anne Thomas 1854. This bird is so much fun to stitch, and it was surprisingly easy stitch. It was block stitching. The only part was a little bit fiddly. It was the wing. So much fun. I cannot wait to put this part, the reds and the flowers. I think it's gonna be pretty exciting once I start putting those parts. Another one, again, I worked on. This is a cell that was finished long time ago. I'm just starting it. Well, I'm not just starting it, but I started late. I do use their Cold for floss. I purchased it and everything. So Alice in Wonderland. Basically, I worked on this bottom portion of the like I could not understand the chart until I saw it. That's her foot, that's her face. She got big over there. The mushroom, I added these two guys, and the chastised cat. Cannot pronounce it today. So I worked I'm gonna work this way, then go up. And this is Alice in a Wonderland. Let me see if without shaking it, if I can hold a few moments extra. and they are all from All Forced Embroidery. The fabric is a 28 count cafe mocha. It's a printed fabric. Another one, I hit it I think few stitches already, but I put extra few more stitches, is called Bump in the Night by Prairie Schooler. I'm doing all of my Prairie Schoolers with Copper Penny. This time I remember fabric name, Copper Penny. So this is a see-through fabric. It's a Vicks dyework fabric, but the color is perfection. So I just worked on this middle, and I'm gonna change the witch's face. I'm gonna make it green, both witch's faces, and also the moons. I'm gonna use the All Forced Embroidery Autumn collection. I got their floss long time ago. I'm gonna use that. So this is I always have 1 or 2 Prairie Schoolers on a go. I don't count them as thing, but yeah. I started Barbara Anna Witch Pumpkin, and it's a very small start, but I think it's good enough. This one, I'm gonna attempt to make this pouch. Maybe not perfection, but if I don't try it, I'll never know if I could do it or not, right? And let me see, what else do I have? Oh, already done that. Okay, so this is all my VIPs I worked on since I saw you guys last time. I wanted to show some plans of this for September. Usually for September, for Memorial Day, Memorial Peace 9/11, I do one of the patriotic ones. So I already done the lavender lace one, and I also want to do this. This is not the proper picture. I don't have it. I have the used pattern. So, but I have the same fabric as the primitive hair. That's why I decided to show it. This is my goal. I started long time ago, but I left it like this. Basically, my goal is to make it look like this. I hope I placed it right where I look at the picture so many times. And this is a primitive hair called We the People, 30 count fabric. It's huge. Ooh, that's a big one, and it's 30 count. So this one I'm gonna work on that day. Other than that, I'm gonna just work a little bit and leave it because she's not on my priority to finish it. But I do wanna put some stitches on it. Another one is Mary Snow. This is the one I said it that I misplaced my design and I was sad about it, but I'm not gonna restitch this. I have done a lot of work. I do wanna basically at least come and do the second one. See, do you guys see it? How I left a whole bunch of fabric over here and very little over here. That's what that scared me. So if I can make it to second swan or at least to the middle tree. Usually on my VIPs, I work 2 to 3 days. After that, I get kind of tired. For that reason, I do have a lot of VIPs and I have a lot of projects I work on. I guess I get bored fast. Another one, I am planning to finish it. I'm not gonna do anything else with it except after I finish it, I put away. But it's been with me for a long time, Lizzie Kate. It's called At Our House. And basically there's 1 or 2 lines left. I have to finish it and that's it. So after I finish this At Our House, I had it already long time ago planned with the floss and everything. This one, A Good Marriage. I have the floss and everything. Oh, I'm blocking it with my hand. And also, while back I got it. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this fabric, but I also have this one, Heartstring Samplery in Necessity. I have this fabric. It's called Vichel 32 count lamp wool linen, and I'm gonna use this floss. I have a bunch of this floss, molasses. I think it's called 4-1 for this. So those trees are in my plan to stitch. Those are easier stitches because they are large count, and I can take it with me other people's houses, or when I'm tired, my eyes are tired. I have one memorial piece I'm stitching on. It's kind of hard, not because the pattern is hard, because I put so much meaning to it. It's called Until We Meet Again. I'm doing it for my mom, so it's a memorial piece, and because of that, September is her birthday month. I usually pick her up and I stitch few of the flowers. So my plan is to raise up this side and put another flower here if I can. It will be bonus if I can put more than one flower, but I'm gonna work on this. If I didn't say it, this is by Glendon Place, Until We Meet Again. Fairly new design, very pretty, and this is beads. Very pretty. It is stitched on cold 4 fabric, 28 count, and with the cold 4 DMC floss. So those are for sure, they're gonna be stitched at least a little bit. For the month of September, I also want to make a focus piece. Well, floss got tangled on the zipper. I want to make a focus piece on this one, and they sinned. I want to finish this part up to here, which is the first page. I am pretty far ahead, so I think it's not unreasonable for me to think I might be able to do it. It's a 40 count fabric, and let me see. Oops, excuse me. This is almost done. I just need to bring it up the border here, and close it, and the first page is done. So most of the heavy stitching was here, and it's done. She's done. The tree is entirely done. Adam and Eve are done. So I just need to bring up the borders, and my goal will be met for this one. And if I can do one little bit more, that will be bonus. But if I finish the border, I'll be happy with that. And the other one I want to put some stitches, or at least one row, is this one. Feliz Navidad by Blackbird Designs. Every time I see this, I want to sing that 103.5 FM has a channel, Love Songs, and during the Christmas time, they usually have the Feliz Navidad song. And every time I see this, I want to sing that. So it is stitched on 40 count linen. I think it's the natural linen. It's not hand dyed. So if I can do this line or add one more line, I did a middle start for it. Feliz Navidad. I guess I was a little bit newer stitcher when I started it, and 40 count I was not used to. So, and there's a lot of color change. I got a little bit tired or hard time. So that's why I left it alone, but I think I'm better right now to do it. All right, I think those are the immediate ones that I'm gonna start. Work on the September, forgot English. But I have plans. I kitted some items, and before I show my kitted items, I wanna let you guys know why I kitted so much. So a week ago, I was doing my biking. I am a biker, not professional, but I do it every day in the mornings for 2 hours, hour and a half. and I know the area, and I was biking and you go up the hill, then on your way back you go down, and your speed goes really fast because it's pretty steep one. And I know the area, I know the path, I've been doing it a long time. I went up and I was excited or what, because it's in the morning, I have the entire path for myself. I end up going down really fast, and I realize it because after the path goes down, it turns, so you have to slow down. I went, my speed went up to 18 miles per hour, and it's a lot faster than recommended. And I end up realizing, okay, this is not good. I wanted to slow down, so half a second faster I did my left hand than the right hand. And next thing I know, I was flying. I had the ET moment, you know, when the ET flies with the bike. The only thing is gravity took over and I went down. And my right hand, I went down and realized that I'm falling. To protect my head, even though I had a helmet, I didn't want to fall on my head, so I ended up falling on my right hand. And I took out the band-aid. I'm feeling much better, but like my hand was band-aid together, and my wrist, I wear the wrist thing. It makes it hard for cross stitching. So I wanted to do something crafty, but I could not cross stitch for a week. I end up kitting up a lot of stuff. So that's why I have a lot of stuff. That's my excuse, and I'm staying with it. And I can stitch now. I don't do a lot of, once I finish the video, I'm going to tie them up again, my fingers, so I don't move a lot. It gets swollen otherwise. But other than that, I can do poke and thing. The doctor told me I can tie these two or these two, so I end up choosing the ring finger because I want to use my index finger. That said, oh my god, 46 minutes. I'm gonna try to show as many as I can of my kitted stuff that I went overboard, and we'll call it a day. I hope I'm not gonna do another hour-and-a-half video. I'll try not to. First one I got it was the Plantation Sampler. This is a reprint, 1884 stitchery. I got it from her. She reprinted it, and I was so happy because in one point the prices went so high that I could not, even though I seen it and I liked the sampler, but not like enough to pay 300 bucks. She even put it, the pages how she did it, really easy to follow. I love her store, really friendly, perfect, and it's available. I used the 40 count linen. I did not write down what kind. Oh, it's a printed one. Cafe Mocha? Yeah, that's the one. 40 count. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm using the DMCs, the Plantation. So it's not gonna be too big, and it says two extra inches. I hope I calculated right. So I gave myself 2 extra inches because I'm being careful with my fabrics, and this is all the DMC. Look at how many pretty colors. The fabric, it's on the picture, look too dark for me, so I end up using a little bit lighter. I did the floss thing and like the colors on this fabric, so I'm gonna go with that. Another one I have it, this one I had it kitted up long time, but I finally decided to put a fabric with it and start. Reflect des Soleil. I'm not gonna read the top part, it's in French, but you can screenshot it if you need to. Love this color. So it's asking for Valdani threads. I got all the Valdanis because I fall in love with these colors, so I wanted to get what it wanted it. But the fabric, I chose my own, and this is 36 count Nightshades by Color and Cotton. So this is gonna be my sampler, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna start this September. I might start, this is more on a spring because of the colors remind me spring, but I did kit it up, so I want to show you guys. the same store, 1884 Stitchery. I also got this one. Excuse me. Hannah Lancaster sampler. This used to be very hard to find it, and now it's available, and I'm so happy she decided to do it. Again, she gives you how to put the pages, which makes life easier. I got a fabric from Holly's Hand Creates, Confederate Gray, 40 count Wicks. So this is the okay, this is the color. I am gonna use the Cold for Flosses, which is DMC. Yeah, I think she's no, she has the DMC and MPI, but I always use the DMCs. It's easier for me to get it. I don't have LNSs around me, so I usually go with the DMCs. Another one I kitted up is Fox and Rabbits, Mary Morgan's English. So probably I'm gonna start from the middle because this is the one attracted me to this design. So when that happens, first thing I stitch is the middle, so that motivates me to stitch rest of the design. I chose a 40 count linen, H paper, color and cotton. Aged linen. Can you guys see it? So those are very bright color. I was surprised in the picture they didn't look that bright, but those are the colors actually. Look at this green. Very, very bright color. I do like loud colors, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it because I enjoy sometimes I like softer colors, but a lot of times loud colors are easier for me to work with, or I can work longer times. Then I will show this one another time. This one I saw Lindy Stitches, she finished it, and I'm like, okay. I seen a lot of people finish it, but finally I was convinced to buy it when she finished it. I do have DMCs. I have not yet got the fabric, but DMCs are here. Oh my God, she's a designer, but she has a YouTube channel. My God, her finish was beautiful, and I was like, that's pretty. So she kind of convinced me to get it. Still need the fabric for that one. This one is, I showed before, Winter Rose Manor with dyed needle and thread. Let's see, am I on the camera or am I? Okay. I decided to put a regular, I got this idea from Vicky, by the way. If you guys haven't watched her last video, watch it. She shows it how she organized it. I'm like, that's a great idea. I'm not stealing it, borrowing her idea. So I got the exact same things that she recommended, and I thought it was perfect. Thank you, Vicky. I got all called for, let me see. I got all called for flosses except for the house. I chose to go with the jasmine. The other one looked white, and the house, even though it's pink, feels like white, and it was gonna make it's gonna look like the ground and the house the same. So I do like soft violet color, so I chose jasmine. Other than that, rest of it is the called for flosses. This is a wintry, so there's a good chance I am gonna stitch at least start. Those are all starts, no finishes. Okay, wow, I'm going over again. Another one that I am planning to not lose my floss, Rosewood Manor, and this is called Buckleberry Sampler. I have seen it stitched, and it looks so much prettier than it shows in this on this picture. I'm not sure, some designs they don't get the true beauty unless you stitch them. And this is a 32 count antique white Belfast linen. This is called for, so it's gonna be a big one. Yeah, I do want to start it because I seen a stitch a Flosstuber. I forgot her. I do watch her channel. I apologize if I forget people's names. If it comes to me, I'm gonna link it her channel if I see where she showed her finish, because that's beautiful where I saw her finish. I also kitted up this one, Lila Studio. Love the roses. My mom's name is Rose, so anything roses I buy it. It's a kind of thing for me. Jane Gildray, 1853. I think this is a reproduction, so I'm not gonna change anything about it. I do get the DMC, and so pretty, these pinks. Oh my god, those are so pretty. I love DMC, the colors, they are so pretty. I'll do it later. And let me show a few more and I will stop the video. I got this blackbird design. I'm stitching the strawberry field, so I figured that why not do the rest of it. Sweet baby. It does come with the alternate colors, but I went with this one. So DMC again, and I think 844. They're all grays and muted color. 844 they were out, so I got the anchor substitute for it. This one, strawberry fields, and I think I have it here. I have two more, and these two are from the same series. And as you guys know, I love doing the whole sets. Octopus Garden and Yellow Submarine. I love this one. This is so cute. I use for both of them, I chose already a fabric 32 count Twilight Blue Linen Witchelled with the DMCs, again called for DMCs. So all of them gonna be a set. I don't think I'm gonna frame them together, but they are gonna be a set. Let me see, I'll show a few more and that's it. All right, I have this one, Let Love Ring, Teresa Cougar. God, my English. Teresa Cougar Creative Whims, Let Love Ring. And I am going with the DMCs again. And also, I am using the fabric, let me see, 40 count Tin Roof. This is the color. It has grayish green color. My window is this side, so if I close it, it's gonna be too dark, and I want the natural light, but it also mutes the fabric color. So I'm having a hard time showing the correct fabric colors on the screen because of the window. Let me see, I'll show you one or two more. Oh yeah, I love this one. Hands Across the Sea. It's crinkly, I don't want to take it out of it. Elizabeth Furnace 1836. Love this color. So I wanted to experiment with the silks. I don't use a lot of silks, so I decided to get the Vicky Clayton silks. Yeah, Vicky Clayton silks. Hand-dyed silk. Those are the, if you guys can get the information, I think they are Vicky Clayton silks. They are a little bit cheaper than the silks that they suggest. And I'm gonna use this Extrude Design Old Sheep 40 count for Elizabeth Furnace. I think she's gonna be gorgeous. I cannot wait to stitch this grass. This pattern came home with me because of the grass. Sometimes one element of the pattern talks to me, and because of that element I want to stitch the entirety of the pattern. So that was that for it. Another one I got it, Hands Across the Sea, Jane Fides 1835. This is not a big one. I also got the Vitti Clayton. I think I got them together, the silks. I have not used her silks, but I have seen other Flosstubers rave about it, so I decided to give it a try. And I'm gonna use Extrude Design 40 count linen, but I don't know the name. I think it's Coffee Mocha. I lost it. It looks like Coffee Mocha. I get my Extrude Design fabrics from Kitten Stitches. Yeah, so a lot of the fabrics and stuff that I mentioned that's where I get them. I also decided to start this one. There's no good season for it, so I decided to start so I can slowly put some stitches on it. It's Kathy Berry Garden Vegetables. I do gardening, not very successfully, but I do attempt. So I thought it's a good idea to have it for my kitchen. I am using 40 count Mocha Newcastle linen, and it is quite a big project on a 40 count, so it's not a small one. I'm not planning to finish it, but I do want to put some stitches on it. And let's see. All right, let's few more and that's it. I promise I'm not gonna go too much over. Carrie Chow samplings. I have all the series, so I think, oh, I forgot to show. I almost finished the Halloween. That's why I decided to start borders of this one. This is the Villages Hop Run Hollows, and let's not shake too much. DMC floss and 40 count linen that hopefully I wrote down. I did not. It's a 40 count Zweigart based linen, but I don't think it's the hand dyed one. It's one of the from the factory ones I got it. So it's more available than the hand dyed ones. More accessible, at least for me. And I'll do this one. This is easier. The Scarlet House Smith Sampler. I am gonna use the DMCs. And I think I'm gonna stop here. If I go like I'll be here. I have a huge bucket here, so you guys already think I'm crazy. I'm gonna think yeah, I do have a problem with the cross stitching, and I know about it. I always think there's the worst things you can collect and cross stitch. So, and I do try to use them. I do stitch on them, so I don't only collect them, but I do love to use them, so I don't feel bad about it. That said, I think I'm gonna finish today with that. I really am grateful with all the subscribers, all the comments. I do read them. I try to heart them if I cannot answer it, or if they are just saying stuff like I don't want to say thank you 300 times, so I just heart it. If you guys have a question or say something, I do try to answer it, and makes me so much happy that I can interact with the other stitchers. That gives me so much joy. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in and watching what I am stitching, what I'm planning to stitch and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys tune in another time. Until then, I wish you guys happy stitching, and bye bye.